everyone, Cheek here with another Transformers review, and today I'll be reviewing the Transformers Legacy United Star Raider Roadpig. And he is pretty decent. He is just another repaint of another character that I can't remember off the top of my head. Scrap Heap, Junk Heap, something rather. It's just a sort of a Junkion type mold, which I think is kind of cool. Although I will say, one gripe that I do have about this mold, just like the Lockdown mold, is that it is one of those weaponizer type things where it's such a pain to transform without anything popping off, where it's well, supposed to, but also not supposed to if you're just trying to, transform it. Roadpig is quite interesting. He, to me, from what I can see just by looking at him, seems like a crazy guy that would just running guns blazing type of guy, just really crazy. And I guess you can go ahead and bring in Lockdown, and then Ferret, however you pronounce his name, and of course their leader Thundertron. See how they live together. Of course, since he is deluxe, he is pretty short. Anyway, they fell over. Anyway, Roadpig is pretty cool. I think he's in some ways a little bit cooler than Lockdown, but mainly because he isn't trying to do a hook hand thing and then messing it up. One thing that he does have that the other one also, the original mold had, but it's just, I don't really see the point necessarily doing it because he has these two pretty cool saddlebag guns, but he does have this tire, but turns into a spinning tire blade, which I guess then you could also plug on his shoulder if you want, instead of having it right there. But and that's why I don't like weaponizer types, because then it's just a flesh wound, I guess. So let's get a look at that noggin. It is just clear red plastic with a painted on face. It's silver and black. Kind of has a ninja type feel to it, and it can do a full 360, but it is very hollow, so from the back it does look a bit odd. And then he does have these exhaust pipes that you can go ahead and take off. May as well take them off and also take off the saddlebag guns, which, if you want to take a closer look, are pretty cool. They are obviously saddlebags. You can see the handles and latch. Just take those off, and there we have that, which kind of does give the impression of the front of a motorcycle, but that is obviously not the front of this motorcycle mode. And silver paint for the seat. You see Transformers, which makes me think of G2, and then you have the G2 Decepticon emblem, and I do believe and then he also has a Star Raider emblem right there. So I think it's like a mixing of universes, because I know the Star Raiders are not Autobots or Decepticons, and they don't like the Autobots and or Decepticons. So anyway, the rest of articulation, the arms can go out that far. You can do a full 360 that way. Bicep rotation. Over 90-degree bend at the elbow. Wrist rotation. Hip rotation. This one's nice and stiff. Legs go forward that far. Back that far. Knee rotation. Can do the full splits. And ankle tiltage. And that's pretty much about it for that. So let's go ahead and get him into motorcycle mode. And here we have Roadpig in his motorcycle mode, and just like most of the weaponizer types, it is such a pain to get everything in the proper position, especially when the legs don't want to cooperate with you when you're trying to get them collapsed. But I think it's a pretty cool look. I do like the way it has Transformers on side, even though it's really silly because it's like advertising the brand on the toy when normally they don't do that, but it is kind of a G2-esque Decepticon. Like I said, I don't know why they did that with the Star Raider, but whatever. I will say I do like the way the saddlebags go into this one, and it looks almost like jet boosters on it. And then I like how this helps hold the back end of the motorcycle together. And I will say the glowing red exhaust pipes do look interesting. I wouldn't say that they're necessarily my favorite, but they definitely do look interesting. Legacy United Roadpig is an interesting mixed bag, just like some of other figures I've done recently, but I will say, if it wasn't for the fact that I wanted the complete Star Raider set, I probably would have passed on him, but I think at least in robot mode with the rest, he does look pretty cool. So that's about it. If you liked this review and you'd like to see more, please click that like and subscribe button to see more. And until next time, have a good one, everyone.